Good evening. You're watching Plain Speak with me, Poonam Burde. We're coming to you live from the CNN News18 Primetime Studio, presented by Green Lamb Laminates. Today was yet another day of Parliament washout. Lok Sabha was adjourned almost immediately, unlike the Rajya Sabha, which tried to function despite the din and the chaos. Ultimately, after multiple adjournments, the upper house too was done for the day. The face-off largely revolved around what the BJP tags as Congress's anti-India nexus, a charge the Congress and some of its allies as well have vehemently denied. Now, both sides, both the Treasury benches and the opposition benches, have found their own convenient issues, it seems, to beat the other with. In the process, neither side is answering the grave allegations levelled against it by the other. In the sound and fury of crony capitalism versus foreign interference, Parliament is being held hostage. In fact, now the India bloc parties are mulling a no-confidence motion against Rajya Sabha Chairman Jagdeep Dhankar for allegedly favouring the Treasury benches and at their behest adjourning the Rajya Sabha multiple times. They said that these repeated adjournments only benefit the central government and for which Jagdeep Dhankar is acting in their favour. Now, what was triggered by a media part expose last week has now snowballed into a much larger issue. The BJP opened up a new front. It was Rahul Gandhi last week. It was Sonia Gandhi today. They claim that Sonia Gandhi is linked to an organization that's financed by George Soros' foundation and it has backed the idea of separating Kashmir from India. BJP claimed that Sonia Gandhi's past role as the Co-President of the Forum of Democratic Leaders in Asia Pacific Foundation, which allegedly shared views favouring Kashmir's independence, is a matter of concern. The party also pointed to partnerships between the Rajiv Gandhi Foundation, of which Sonia Gandhi was the chair, and Soros-linked organizations as evidence of foreign influence in domestic affairs. Now, these allegations are grave, they need to be addressed. But should the people of the country, should you and I be worried? Many would say that there are several reasons both sides have answering to do. One, that the organization that is known to back independent Kashmir has alleged links, as claimed by the BJP, with the Congress party. It's the principal opposition party in this country. True or not, it's for the Congress to clarify. It is the right of every Indian to know that. So far, there has been no clear denial or distancing from the Congress just yet, which is also why there is speculation of where this is going. There is no actual proof, though, of the Congress actually playing into the foreign hand. Many say this is the BJP trying to be a conspiracy theorist. Is that the case? If so, then the BJP too needs to come clean. Allegations that have been put against the principal opposition party of this country, they are about national security, about foreign interference in domestic issues. It is India's interests that are at stake, which is why allegations without actual evidence should not be made. They're not in the interests of the nation. What is even worse is that Parliament proceedings are being halted due to the showdown. We're third week in as far as the winter session goes. For how long will Parliament be held ransom to both sides sticking their guns to their particular issues and business actually taking a hit? Now that ruckus and logjam continued, the Parliament, like I said, is being halted. Neither side willing to budge. The standoff has been subdued even after 3 weeks since the winter session began. We are, of course, going to be seeing the constitution debate that takes place on Friday and Saturday, and in the run-up to that, this is only adding to the chaos. The biggest flashpoint, of course, being the Soros storm. The NDA wants to discuss the Sonia Gandhi link to the Forum of Democratic Leaders in Asia Pacific Foundation, Rahul Gandhi's alleged link to OCCRP. The Congress is on its part demanding a discussion on crony capitalism. They've been protesting about it outside the Parliament as well. The Sonia link is, however, just the tip of the iceberg, says the BJP. Congress and the NDA wants to also discuss how Rahul Gandhi has been using, like I said, OCCRP time and again to peddle a certain narrative. The opposition hopes to corner the government by demanding a debate on the 24th of November violence that took place in Sambal. The Samajwadi Party, of course, is spearheading that particular discussion. The TMC wants to erase the issue of ongoing violence in the state of Manipur as well. Now, despite the showdown, the NDA government has managed to pass 4 of the 16 bills that were listed for this session, but we still have more to go. Another 11 days in hand before the session concludes. The government is looking forward to focusing on those pending 12 bills. Remember, Kiran Rijiju, the Union Parliamentary Affairs Minister, right at the start of the session had said that the NDA does not need the numbers as far as passing bills in Lok Sabha is concerned, but it is about parliamentary procedure. A healthy democracy needs a healthy debate, which is why we want the opposition to come and discuss these bills before they're actually passed. The opposition seeks to raise the issue of unemployment. They want inflation to be discussed, price rise to be discussed on the floor of the House. More and more political leaders are expressing a concern over the safety of Hindus and minorities in Bangladesh as well. The centre has even reached out to opposition to discuss the crisis in Bangladesh. However, all of those efforts seem to are not bearing any fruit because both sides sticking to their guns, not letting the parliament function. Another bone of contention between the government and the opposition has been the alleged charge of discrimination when it comes to allocation of funds to opposition-ruled states. As the tug-of-war over these plethora of issues continues, the big question really remains as to what exactly is this end game as far as the parliament is concerned. This Soros storm continues. But the question we want to ask here on Plain Speak is it a real threat to national security as the BJP claims, or is it a mere red herring?
Let me give precedence to the
अपनी बात रखें
सर संजय सुनिए
दूसरों को उपदेश दे रहे हैं
हमारा पार्टी को आप बात करने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है मेरे पर आरोप लगाने की बजाय
नहीं आरोप नहीं
सदन की कार्रवाई 12 बजे तक के लिए स्थगित की जाती है
This is all part of a game plan.
Soros and his foundation. It is not only George Soros. George Soros and many other elements who are working against India are to be countered unitedly by every citizen of India.
खुद गद्दारी करते हैं उनके एजेंट बन के काम जिस तरीके से जॉर्ज सोरोस के साथ सामने आता है वह बहुत ही चिंताजनक है सर जो लीडर ऑफ द हाउस बोले उन्होंने जो बोले वो सरासर झूठ है
I'm so impressed that BJP takes so much effort to create a false narrative. They pick and choose the narrative they want. They will pick up an OCCRP report, but they will ignore the World Hunger Index, they will ignore the World Press Freedom Index, and they will ignore all the various reports that talk about backsliding of democracy in India.
Let's open this up. Ajay Alok, national spokesperson of the BJP, Arshpreet Khadial, spokesperson of the Congress, spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party, Pradeep Bhati is with us, and senior journalist R. Rajgopalan joins us as well. Let me begin by asking Arshpreet Khadial. The allegations that the BJP has made that Sonia Gandhi has or did have links with an organization that was funded by George Soros, are they true or not? Arshpreet, I believe we've lost that line with him. We'll try and reconnect. But Ajay Alok, let me ask you this. The Congress on its part has said that this is nothing but conspiracy theory, a bit to divert attention. Is there any proof, credible proof, to link Rahul Gandhi to George Soros or to the Open Society Foundation or Sonia Gandhi to the organization even now? Is there any credible evidence to suggest so?
There are credible evidences, and it's our duty to raise this in the parliament and also to take it to the public. Now, FDL-AP is an NGO. Everybody here in the panel knows this very nicely. It was launched in 1994. Everybody knows it. The main motive of this NGO was free Kashmir. Why Sonia Gandhi was co-president? It's there in black and white for everyone to see. Why she was the co-president there? Where billions of dollars were funded since 1994. No explanation. Okay, forget that. There is a domain, there is a picture in the public domain, there is a saying in the public domain, and it's very much ample clear in the public domain that George Soros himself went to meet Shobna auntie of Rahul Gandhi, in Chandigarh in 2009. When asked about his son, Anil Nehru accompanied, when asked about what was the meeting about, no comment. Later on, Rahul Gandhi also went to meet Shobna auntie. Who was Shobna auntie? Cousin of, wife of B.K. Nehru. Cousin of Indira Gandhi. They are not connected from now. They are connected for the last 40, 45 years. It's not a new story what we are telling. Now, who is George Soros? What was his main funder? Why he came into the picture? His organization is the sole organization in India who is funding Rohingyas legal aid. True or false? Everybody knows true. He is the one who openly came out against CA and RC. True or false? Everybody knows it's true. What was the need for him to interfere in the internal affairs of the India? But he has a habit because the first family gave him that access. There are multiple, numerous instances where George Soros is responsible for indirectly destabilizing India, and the first family, Gandhi family, is helping through and throughout. Now, Varieties of Democracy, VDP, they posted that the India's democracy has gone worse than Pakistan and it's worse than Bangladesh. Now, look at what's happening in Bangladesh, and Rahul Gandhi echoed his views on that by posting a tweet again in the public domain. What more evidence you want? George Soros is the one who just questions the industrial houses of this country, Adani, multiple times, fine. He raises question on Rafale. Who is he? Remember 1971, during the Bangladesh war, when United States President Nixon threatened Indira Gandhi to send the 7 fleets to India. And the whole opposition, which was headed by Atal Bihari Vajpayee, we stood up with the government and we said, we will not tolerate any external threat. And today our opposition is asking the external threats, please save us. Rahul Gandhi goes to US, Rahul Gandhi goes to UK, he says the democracy in danger, and the so-called flag markers of the democracy like US, England, Britain, Germany, they are keeping quiet. What is this? You have gone so rogue without power that you can say anything.
But Congress says that this is all just a coincidence, that certain statements or narrative was peddled by George Soros' Open Society Foundation or other organizations that were linked to George Soros, and the Congress raking it up. But Arshpreet Khadial, you're back with us, and if you heard what I had to ask you earlier, the links that the BJP is accusing the Congress of having, of Sonia Gandhi having with an organization that fought for an independent Kashmir, or Rahul Gandhi picking up from what George Soros and other organizations that are backed by George Soros picking up, are those allegations true or not?
Well, number one, we all know what the Bharatiya Janata Party is trying to do here. The Bharatiya Janata Party, in order to protect one person, is playing mission divert attention. Now, we've all seen how in 10 seconds, how the House gets adjourned. We've all seen how the Bharatiya Janata Party's government is running away from an inquiry. Now, what I do not understand is, why does the Bharatiya Janata Party not want an investigation to happen? What possible problem do you have with it? Do not believe any political party. Don't believe any individual. You yourself could order an inquiry, but despite there being an option of the inquiry, the Bharatiya Janata Party wants to be judge, jury, and executioner, wants to defend and protect and help and do everything under the sun, but not order an inquiry. The first question is why? What possible problem do you have in an inquiry? If there's nothing to hide, if there's nothing to brush under the carpet, then let the inquiry happen. The person would be found innocent. But you're not even letting that happen. Number two, as per the rule, when we were seeking an adjournment motion, we all see how the Bharatiya Janata Party did not, how their leaders were reacting, and how there was no discussion that was allowed to happen. And this has been happening in the last so many days. The money of the taxpayers is being wasted. The time of the taxpayers is being wasted simply because the Bharatiya Janata Party does not want the truth to be uncovered. And number three, what's important is that the Rajya Sabha's chairman also did not admit their notices. They also did not allow for the discussion to happen on what the Bharatiya Janata Party's leaders were saying. So that is one. Number two, Donald Trump, the supposed friend of Mr. Modi, his government has also dismissed the claims of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Now, what I want to know from the Bharatiya Janata Party is, let's, instead of indulging into, rhetoric, and instead of wasting the time of the people, why not order an inquiry and let the truth come out in front of the people? What possible problem could you have with that?
Sure, but Arshpreet Khadial, you still haven't answered my question. Was Sonia Gandhi part of this organization, was linked to this organization that is fighting for the cause of an independent Kashmir? Yes or no?
Now, I did answer your question. It's just that the Bharatiya Janata Party, like I told you, is trying to divert attention. Being in the government, they have the IT, the ED, the CBI, all the agencies,
sure,
all the power. If I may, I'll answer your question. Answering your question, they have everything. Is there any evidence to that? The answer to that is no. Has the Bharatiya Janata Party brought about any substantial piece of information? The answer to that is no. Now, what we have always seen is when you ask the Bharatiya Janata Party a question, they will never answer that question. They will come up with another question. if you hurl an accusation, allegation against someone, the Bharatiya Janata Party will not order an inquiry. They will hurl another allegation, accusation at you, and that is what their expertise is. So let's
Sure,
not
but it's a yes or no question. Was Sonia Gandhi part of this or co-president of this organization
yes,
that was
yes.
linked to George
Yes
Soros
or
and
no
has been
question.
fighting vocally for an independent Kashmir?
If I may, I just told you that the Bharatiya Janata Party has all the power, all the agencies which could prove
Sure.
anything. If there is, so has anything been proven?
So you're
The
saying
answer
there
to that is
isn't?
no. The
Or
answer
it's
to
just that the
is
BJP
no.
hasn't proved it?
We are saying that that if there was any basis to that, if there was any truth to that, the Bharatiya Janata Party would have acted
Sure.
upon it. They haven't
Sure.
acted upon it in the last 10 years. There's nothing to it. Number two, now come to the main point. We hurled an accusation. The Bharatiya Janata Party, instead of looking into that, hurled another accusation at us. Now, this is what is called being the defense lawyer of an individual who we all know the Bharatiya Janata Party loves, protects, defends, and goes to any length. So my question to the Bharatiya Janata Party is, you have all the power, you have all the agencies, have any inquiry,
Sure.
but do something, don't just talk.
Sure, Ajay Alok, that's why these questions are being raised of whether this is just in the realm of accusations and trying to pitch a certain narrative against the Congress, because questions are being asked that this Open Society Foundation has been working in India, has offices in India, they haven't been banned, they haven't been shut down. These allegations are being made, but action is not being taken. Sambit Patra last week called the leader of opposition of this country the biggest traitor. If that is the case, will the BJP follow it up and file a case of sedition against him if it is in fact a leader of opposition, no less, indulging in treachery?
Well, the leader of opposition is also facing charges in the court for keeping a dual citizenship, or having a British passport and also an Indian passport, which is due for hearing on 19th December. If that claim comes to be true, will Congress party expel Rahul Gandhi? Because the law of this land will take its own course. What we are saying is there in the public domain. Please go check. I'm asking CNN News 18, is that the worldwide branches? Please go and check FDL-AP. Formation, foundation, mission, and the board of directors and the board members. Sonia Gandhi's name is there. Is there in the public domain. We don't need to prove anything. Why Congress is running from all these things? Why Congress is supporting those fellows who want to destabilize India? That is the question. And if we say that a Donald Trump government also refuses BJP government, sir, we don't have any friendship with Donald Trump unlike you used to have. And right now it's not Donald Trump government yet. It's still Biden government. And what we have raised the question about deep-seated activity, deep state activity, conspiring against India, that's also against you. It's not a political charge what we are making against the United States. And we fail to, and we refuse to accept that these things were not being done. Be an Indian first, then a Congressee. Like
Ajay
what I
Alok,
reminded you in 1971 about Nixon.
Like I said, the Congress is not denying that Sonia Gandhi was a part of this organization. Arshpreet Khadial also said that. But why counter it with an accusation and not act? If like the BJP says, this is a great act against the nation's interest, then why not take action under the law? Why just keep it in the realm of making accusations? This is the question many are asking.
I did say there is no basis
See,
to that.
it's not a realm of making accusation. It's not a realm of, it's not a realm of making accusation. If we say Sonia Gandhi has conspired in it, definitely there's going to be, we are going to look after it. Because whatever is coming one after the other. I mean, just realize National Herald case came way back in 2012. But our legal process is that it's still in the court pending. They are on bail. Now this has come up. Now billions of dollars has been infused in this NGO who's working for Kashmir as a separate entity. I would just like to ask, Sonia Gandhi was not in politics at that point of time in 1994 when she became co-president. But after becoming president of the country, of Congress party in 1999 when it was a principal opposition party, why did she choose to lead that? While being UPS chairperson, why did she choose to be on that chair? Why? This is the question.
10 seconds.
Arshpreet, 30 seconds. I'll need to get in the other two
If you are
gentlemen as
aiding and abetting, if you are aiding and abetting a
Sure,
crime,
you've made the charge,
you are
Ajay Alok.
equally
Let him
punishable.
respond,
One
please.
thing is
And that's why we are going to
that-
take it.
Now,
Sure.
I did not interrupt him. I hope he will not interrupt me.
Go ahead,
Number
Arshpreet.
one, has the Bharatiya Janata Party not given a certificate of failure to themselves by saying that they have been in power for the last 10 years, 10 and a half years, and this has been, are they saying that this was happening under their nose and they haven't acted upon it, they could not see it for the last 10 years, and now out of the blue, when we made an allegation, when we asked for an inquiry, That is when they come up with it. So is the Bharatiya Janata Party not giving a certificate of failure to themselves by saying this? Number two, my question to the Bharatiya Janata Party is, and it's still unanswered, why are you running away from a JPC? Why, what possible concern could you have?
What for? JPC for what?
I mean, if I may,
JPC for what, sir?
I'll tell you the entire country is telling you for what. If the Bharatiya Janata Party is not interested in hearing,
You are not entire country. You are not entire country. Get out of the notion.
My question.
Get out of the notion. You are not entire country. You are not even entire opposition now.
1 second. How can the
You are not even an entire opposition
Okay,
now.
Ajay Alok and Arshpreet
How
Khadial.
can you decide in that?
Okay, Arshpreet Khadial and Ajay Alok, let me get in the other two gentlemen as well.
Who is detrimental to India's
And
interest?
it's not about
Adani
the
or Soros?
BJP deciding, it's a lot of people
Who is
within the
detrimental to
India
India's
bloc,
interest?
Arshpreet Khadial, that also don't want the Congress to be the face of the opposition, and there are many others that are speaking out vocally now. But let me get in the other two gentlemen as well.
Also what happened in Maharashtra.
Sure. Pradeep Bhati, is the Samajwadi Party with the Congress on this issue or not?
Good evening and good evening to all my co-panelists and all your viewers. First thing I want to know, Poonam, is BJP the greatest admirer and disciple of George Soros? Why they are remembering and recalling him in, day out and doing nothing? If he is a threat to the national security or has planned to sabotage our democracy, then what action has central government has taken till date other than lip service? So you have all the competent authority agencies and authorities. Rather you are engaged in the task to target these opposition party and defaming them and maligning their images. Till date, someone has, or till the time they actually joined BJP. Now, Poonam, there are 100 and 1,000 of issues in national and state issues which BJP has to answer, from riots to the conspiracy to the polls conspiracy, from shameful acts like Cheer Haran in the polls and putting guns on the point blank range to stop the and disturb the polls and bringing curfew-like situation. You have seen the police officer. There are 100 other issues pertaining to this matter only. And if and how the polls and democracy values have brought to the new law in the country and especially in the Uttar Pradesh state. And this is the new era of Mr. Modi's new India. So BJP is comfortable not to answer these inconvenient and shameful, and really they do not have answer to it. So
but Pradeep Bhati, where is the space for any of this answering to happen, because Parliament's not functioning at all? Neither the Lok Sabha nor the Rajya Sabha. There has been adjournment after adjournment. And if the Samajwadi Party does stand with the Congress as far as this crony capitalism issue that the Congress wants to pursue is concerned, why is it that we haven't seen any Samajwadi Party member of Parliament in that protest that happens every single day outside the Parliament at Makardwar?
We have extended our support on all the issues in the India Alliance, as well as whatever is the core issues which we are also raising in the Parliament. We have tried to raise those issues, whether it's Sambal or poll rigging, the mass poll rigging. We are also raising those issues. Why don't you have inquiry on both the gentlemen, whether it's the name coming of a businessman as well as the George Soros? What's wrong in that? And every time it's the responsibility of the ruling party to make the consensus and consult in the Parliament. They don't believe in that, and you will be surprised to know that if the BJP, who was in opposition in 15th Lok Sabha, has done the maximum disruptions. And above that, you have made a very important point in the introduction that half of the bill, in fact, half of the bill are being passed without discussing in the Parliament. That's what BJP wants, and 1/3 of bill are being passed in just 1 hour.
But what is the government to do? Should the Parliament stop functioning? Because every now and then we see opposition MPs walk out. The bills are up for discussion, but there is no opposition MP sitting there to discuss those bills. Which is why we've only seen 4 pass out. There are 12. There were 16 that were listed in this session. And there's only 10 more days left.
Consensus in consultancies. They do not believe in consensus, building consensus. That is the biggest drawback.
Sure.
And they want to dictate the entire
Okay, so the government is dictating R. Raj Gopalan. You've been patiently listening to all political stakeholders here. But the onus of ensuring that the Parliament functions is on the Treasury benches, on the government of the day. We're third week in. Unfortunately, all we've seen is pretty much a washout. Is that what the taxpayers of this country really deserve?
It's not a washout. From my understanding, out of this panel of 5 members, I am the only one correspondent who has covered Parliament for 40 years. And every brick in the Parliament House speak to me because of my long service. Never seen an opposition leader who does theatrics outside the Lok Sabha with a sticker on his behind the body, and he puts Rahul Gandhi puts mouth mask, etc. Today he talks are done, and what is the drama he's doing outside the Parliament? He should come inside and speak. Second thing, this type of Rajiv Gandhi Foundation, there is an enquiry by the multidisciplinary monitoring agency set up by Mr. Amit Shah. Mr. Ajay Alok should come out openly when that report will come out. Second thing, ED raid on National Herald is a huge input. Why the government is silent on that? Why they are not making it public? 248 times Mr. Rahul Gandhi went abroad. What did they do? Mr. Rajnath Singh said it on the floor of the House as a Home Minister last regime that he did not take SPG with him. Second, today I learned that in Volker's report, Oil for Sam, it directly involves Madam Sonia Gandhi. Mr. P. Chidambaram ordered an enquiry against Mr. Natwar Singh. Natwar Singh's son was debarred as a MLA. And also Mr. Natwar Singh was removed as a foreign minister. So therefore, Sonia Gandhi's hand is directly in Volker's report. Second, why should Mr. Rahul Gandhi visit the White House and meet Kamala Harris? And what is the correspondence between them? Congress spokesperson should come out clean because he should come homework. He should do homework. Some sort of interesting things are there. BJP also accusing, but they should come out openly now. Second, finally, Poonam, I am afraid my taxpayer money, as Congress spokesperson said, the TA and DA allowances of the MP should be cut if those who stage a dharna outside the Parliament are they elected by the people of 8 crores Tamil Nadu.
But Mr. Rajgopalan, the opposition says that, like I said, the onus of ensuring that the Parliament functions smoothly is on the government of the day. So it's this government that's unable to build consensus and take everybody along and ensure that the Parliament functions.
Consensus means both the hands sound comes out. It should be from the opposition also. They should also come down. No question of theatrics. Inside the Parliament, you show all the Guru Nanak photo, Bhagavan, photo, hand is the symbol of that. What type of joker Mr. Rahul Gandhi has been?
If I may, you should mind your words.
Okay, let's not take personal pot shots at anyone. And Rahul Gandhi is now the leader of opposition. But Arshpreet Khadial, a lot of your own allies are also questioning the kind of what they would call theatrics that Rahul Gandhi indulges in. One from the Samajwadi Party, in fact, just tweeted yesterday, going on to take a jibe at Rahul Gandhi. But let's leave that aside. It's the Parliament that needs to function. And like I said right at the start, it's the taxpayer money that goes into this. Our resources need to be used for issues that matter to us. And politicians from across the board need to talk about that. And if allegations that are being made as far as Congress's alleged links to anti-national nexuses or anti-national foreign agenda is concerned, then they need to be probed. It can't be left into the realm of mere allegations, because then many would say it's just a red herring trying for a narrative war rather than anything else. Unfortunately, I'm completely out of time. I have to leave it there. I thank you all, gentlemen, for joining us here on this discussion. On the other side of a very quick break on Plain Speak, we'll get you details of what's transpiring in Bangladesh, because India's Foreign Secretary is in Bangladesh there amid all the atrocities and persecution of Bangladeshi Hindus. We'll get you details.